Sandals can be one of the hardest types of footwear to get right if you have bunions. The straps often sit directly over the bunion. The forefoot can be too narrow, the sole can be too thin or flexible, and a lot of people end up sizing up just to get more room, which often makes the sandal wider but not actually better fitting. So in this video, I'm going to talk you through 5 key features I'd look for in sandals if you have bunions, wider feet, or pain around the big toe joint. And the big thing to remember is this: most people think the answer is just a softer or wider sandal, but that's only part of it. There are 5 key features that matter, and the last 2 are especially important if you want something for holidays, longer walks, or standing for hours. This video is sponsored by Kala, who make women's shoes designed specifically for bunions and wider feet. They sent over 2 pairs of their sandals, the Ruby and the Evelyn. So I'm going to use these 2 examples throughout the video, but I'm also going to explain who this type of sandal will suit, who it won't suit, and the mistakes I try to advise when choosing sandals for bunions. And by the end, I'll explain why the Ruby and Evelyn are actually for slightly different people, because one makes more sense if you want something lighter and smarter, while the other may suit someone who wants more coverage for everyday use. So let's start with the first and most important feature: width in the right place. A lot of people with bunions size up because they feel pressure across the front of the foot. But the problem is that sizing up usually gives you more length, not necessarily more usable width. With a bunion, the area that usually needs space is around the first metatarsal head, which is the bony prominence on the inside of the big toe joint. If your sandal is too narrow there, or if the upper pulls across that area, it can create pressure, rubbing, and irritation. So I wouldn't just look at whether a sandal says wide fit, I'd look at the actual shape of the front of the sandal. Does it give more room around the big toe joint? Does the upper accommodate the bunion? Or does it taper aggressively and push the big toe inwards? This is where bunion specific shoes can be useful. They're not just made wider everywhere, they're usually designed with more room around the bunion area without making the heel and midfoot feel excessively loose. And that matters because a lot of women with bunions don't necessarily have a very wide heel. Often the heel and the midfoot are relatively narrow, but the forefoot is wider because of the bunion. So the aim is not just to get a bigger shoe, it's to get a better shaped shoe. Now even if the sandal is wide enough, it can still be uncomfortable if the next feature is wrong, and that is strap placement. This is probably the biggest issue with sandals. You can have a sandal that feels soft in your hand, but if the strap sits directly over the bunion, it can still become uncomfortable quickly. That's especially true if the strap is thin, stiff, or pulls tightly across the inside of the big toe joint. A broader strap can sometimes be more comfortable because it spreads the pressure across a larger surface area. So instead of one narrow band digging into the bunion, the pressure is distributed more evenly across the forefoot. With the Ruby sandal, for example, you've got this broader front section that helps cover the bunion area. That can be useful for 2 reasons. First, it can make the bunion feel a little bit more protected and discreet, but more importantly, avoids having a narrow strap cutting directly across the most sensitive point. That doesn't mean it will remove bunion pain completely. No sandal can do that. But from a design perspective, it makes more sense having a hard, narrow strap sitting exactly where the bunion is most irritated. Once the strap is in the right place, the next question is what the strap is actually made from. And this is where 2 sandals with a similar shape can feel completely different. The third feature is the quality and softness of the upper materials. When you have a bunion, the skin over the big toe joint can become quite sensitive, so the material sitting on top of that area matters. If the strap is stiff, thin, or cuts directly across the bunion, it can quickly cause rubbing and pressure. This is where softer, better quality leather can be useful. A good leather strap can gradually soften and mold to the shape of your foot, rather than constantly pressing against the bunion. Padding or a bit of give in the material can also help with the irritation, but you still need a sandal to feel secure. If the upper is too loose, your foot can slide around and the movement can create more friction. So ideally you want a strap that feels soft, forgiving over the bunion, but still holds the foot in place. The fourth feature people often forget because it's underneath the foot rather than over the bunion, and that is the sole stiffness. A lot of sandals feel very thin and flexible, which can feel comfortable at first. But if you have bunion pain or your stiffness in the big toe joint, too much flexibility can be irritating because it tends to bend the big toe joint more when you walk. So for longer walks, holidays, or standing for hours, I'd usually look for a sandal with a bit more structure to the sole. But it doesn't need to be rigid, just a slightly stiffer sole can reduce how much the big toe joint has to work. This is the type of sandal that matters. The Evelyn is more of a lighter option, giving you that structure and support underneath the big toe joint. And this leads into the final feature, which is what often separates a sandal that feels comfortable in the shop from one that you can actually wear all day: overall stability and support. Many sandals feel comfortable initially, but because they don't give you much support at the back of the foot, your foot can start to work harder the longer you wear them. So I'd look for things like a supportive footbed, some arch support, a secure heel strap with enough width through the platform. A heel strap can make a big difference because it helps keep the foot connected to the sandal. Without that, your toes often have to grip more to keep the sandal on, which can increase fatigue throughout the forefoot. Arch support can also be helpful if you find very flat sandals tiring. The platform width matters too. If the sole is very narrow, the sandal may feel less stable side to side, especially if the cushioning is soft. A wider base helps the foot feel more supported underneath you. So when looking at the Ruby and the Evelyn, I'd think of them slightly differently. The Ruby is more of a lighter, smarter sandal if you want bunion coverage and a design that avoids a narrow strap cutting across the bunion area. It's probably the one I'd look for if you want something more minimal, but still shaped around the problems that bunions can create. The Evelyn does a great job of providing support all across the forefoot and structured support around your ankle. Now, sandals won't suit everyone. If you have a very severe bunion, a lot of swelling, or significant stiffness in the big toe joint, you may need something more structured or adjustable. And if you're doing very long walks, a sandal still won't give you the same support as a proper walking shoe or trainer. When choosing sandals for bunions, don't just look for something soft. Softness helps, but it doesn't solve the whole problem. Look for width in the right places, sensible strap placement, soft or padded materials over the bunion, enough sole stiffness to reduce big toe irritation, and enough support that your foot isn't sliding around or working too hard. That's why brands like Cala can be useful. They're designing shoes around problems that women with bunions often have, wanting more room, less pressure, and something that still looks like a normal summer shoe rather than an orthopedic shoe. I'll leave links to the Ruby and the Evelyn in the description below, so you can check out the sizing, colours and current prices. And let me know in the comments, what type of shoes do you find hardest to wear with bunions? Sandals, dress shoes, trainers or everyday work shoes? Thank you very much for watching again.